Hi, welcome to the Reiki Meditation. I have just realized that I have not put the light on, so I'll be right back, and I'm going to put the light on now. Sorry. Okay, so like I said, welcome to the Reiki Meditation for today. It will be a session on Ether, and we will start shortly, but until then, a couple of minutes. Hi, Magali. In a couple of minutes, until then, I'm going to play some of my tang drum. So you can already make yourself comfortable. Okay, so today we're doing a session on Ether, which is the fifth element. We're going to have a mudra coming up on the fifth element, and Ether is space, and it's creating space. And I have just gotten myself this poster, the Himalayan mountains, because I feel very strongly connected to them, and because the connection to them has come from my yoga course also, and especially, and my yoga teacher training course. And so that is a very good example of space. Space is also the throat chakra, so we are going to be working on the throat chakra today. And again, so the throat chakra is blue, and the hues on that picture are very, very blue. So, okay. So just to remind you to make sure to keep safe through this session. So at all times, please make sure to feel comfortable, fully comfortable, and to know that this is your space for yourself, and to know to really not create yourself any additional stress through it. So please make sure at all times that you are enjoying the activity that we are doing. And if at any point you are finding that whatever it is that we are doing or going to do does not sit well with you, then make sure that you sit out of it. You can either rest during the time of that particular activity, Or you can also go back to the first activity or any other activity of meditation that we are going to be doing and that you particularly enjoy. The first activity that we do each session is a focus on the breath. This is always a very good activity to go back to throughout meditation, your meditation practice, if you wish to. Okay, so this said, please do find yourself a comfortable spot to lie down or sit, or rather, yes, lie down or sit down, sorry. And then we're going to be starting with a focus on a gratitude or many gratitudes. And if you want to, also an intent for the healing, as these sessions are infused with Reiki healing. So when you are ready, you can take a deep breath to begin and then closing your eyes, letting my words settle and settling in your posture comfortably. And now formulating in your mind a gratitude or many gratitudes, an intent for the Reiki healing or many intents. Okay, and now taking a deep breath and moving on to the next activity. So you can keep your eyes shut or you can shut them again if they are open. And for the next few minutes, we are simply going to focus on our breath. And so for now, switching off every thought in your mind, clearing out the space in your mind, putting your thoughts in the drawers or switching off the light, switching off the light on each thought, or watching your thoughts leave your mind as if they were passing clouds in the sky. And then bringing your whole attention to your breath. Really clearing out every part of your mind and using that space in your mind to focus on your breath And to help with the process, you can really bring your attention to every detail of your breath as if you had never experienced it before. Noticing the sounds that it makes, noticing the sensations that it brings to your body and maybe even your mind. And noticing the movement it creates in your body. As your whole body expands on an inhale to create space for your breath, for the air, and how it retracts on an exhale to let go and expose the hot, warm, old air that is no longer needed. Noticing your abdomen moving and expanding. Maybe noticing your shoulders lifting. Maybe noticing your head shifting slightly. Some people can feel their breath all the way down to their toes. Spending this time forgetting about every other thought. You can go back to them later. But for now, finding the calm and the stillness, finding your breath, focusing on the sensations, noticing how it feels like when the air is passing through your nostrils, for example. Just staying there for a moment. And noticing the sensations as the air passes through the nose. And don't worry if you find that your mind got carried away with other thoughts. When you notice, ever so gently, just bring your mind back to the meditation. And then noticing the sensations as the air passes at the back of your throat. And then noticing the air going through your windpipes. And feeling more and more relaxed now. As you are relaxing more and more deeply through every breath. Connecting with this amazingly soft and gentle flow, soothing you. How soft it feels, the air as it passes through us. How relaxing it feels. Just a few more minutes focusing on your breath. keeping every other thought away from your mind, and noticing this gentle flowing rhythm calming you and soothing you. And then when you're ready, you can take a deep breath to finish. Bring your mind back to your space and opening your eyes again. Hi Kay, I'm glad that you've joined us. Just a reminder that you can use the live chat to communicate with me at any time if you have any questions, any doubts, or want to share your experience of the session, or just want to say hi. And then at the end of the session, I will reply to the comments. But for now, we are going to continue with space. That's the fifth element. And it is space, it is the universe, it is air. Sorry, not air. Air is another element, my mistake. It's the throat chakra. So we are going to work on the throat chakra this time. With the other elements, I did not associate the elements to the chakras, but there is an association to them. So I can go back to that another time. But for now, the ether or space chakra. Hi, Jill. Hey, I'm glad that you've made it. And so, yes, space, ether is a throat chakra, which is blue, and actually a total fluke, but my top is actually blue, so that's good. Phew. And so we are going to do a meditation now on the throat chakra. And then we are going, basically, the session of last week, I geared it towards a specific intent because one of my clients, was going through a very hard time, especially with physical pain. And so I geared that session to help create that buffer zone that allows to step away a bit from the pain. But ether, space, is very similar. And so we are going to continue and build up on last week's session. Don't worry if you've not done last week's session, you can still follow easily with this one. But we are going to continue building up that space inside of us. And the mudra that we will do today, the hand position we will hold today, will have to do with balancing the space elements, the other elements in our system. So first, we're going to focus on the chakra, the throat chakra. So that's the chakra that's in the middle of the throat. And so I'm going to invite you now to take a deep breath to begin, settling in your position again, and closing your eyes. And for now, I'm going to invite you to think of the middle of your throat and to see there the most beautiful shade of blue. It is not a deep dark blue, it is a mid-range dark blue. So it has some clear, bright light about it, almost as if you had a blue drink in a glass, but that is slightly transparent, that kind of blue. Like if you had noticed behind me the poster, the Himalayan mountains, that kind of blue. And so I am going to invite you now in the middle of your throat to see like a center there, like a circle, like a disc of that color blue. And for now, just to focus there. And now I am going to invite you to scan yourself, to go through your whole body and your mind, and to notice how you are feeling. Just noticing without judgment, without needing to put a label on anything, but just noticing how it feels, each part of your body, from the tip of the toes to the top of the head. How do your feet feel? How do your legs feel? How do your thighs feel and your knees, your hips and your pelvis, your back and your front, the top of your back, your chest and your shoulders, both arms, elbows, wrists, and hands, your neck, the front of your head, your face, the back of your head, your ears, and the top of your head. How do they all feel? Now, this is you. This is the outline of your body, the limits of your body, and your mind to a certain extent. Now, bringing your mind back to your throat and your throat chakra and that blue, that beautiful blue. Imagine that space there opening up, so big and so wide that it contains all of the places that have so much space on the planet. For example, the Himalayan mountains that are at the back of me, seeing them there, seeing that space, imagining yourself standing at the top of the mountains and watching the space around you. That space being there in your throat chakra and growing bigger and bigger. You are that space. That space is inside of you. But it is not limited by you. That space is everywhere. And you are a witness of that space inside of you, of the beauty of that vast area of air that is all around you. In that space, there are no restrictions. In that space, there is a deep sense of freedom. There are no restrictions. It is completely open. In that space, there is complete peace and calm, and just you and the world, or rather, just you and the earth. No one is there but you, and you can really enjoy being there now. In that space, you can get such a sense of openness, from that space, you can see everything that is coming at you in your life, and you can know how to deal with everything, how to respond to situations and people. Because in that space right there, all there is you, and this incredible, calm and peaceful energy, spacious energy. From which you can see everything and understand everything. Your whole body may feel like opening up now, matching with this vast expanse around you. And now that big space around you, we're going to use this to create or continue creating the buffer space I was mentioning last week, the space that allows us some time to breathe, some space to be between what is happening around us and what we feel inside and how we react. And so if you can keep your eyes closed and now start to feel that space inside of you everywhere, not just in your throat chakra, but to know that this is the place where you reside. This is your home, a place that is filled with peace and calm. To really see your limitless body and mind, because that space is right there. And to notice the world around you while that space is still inside of you. So that when you feel emotions, when you hear what people say, when you see what people do, you at all times can go back to that space inside of you. A space similar to at the top of the Himalayan mountains or in the middle of a field with views everywhere around you, or on the beach with a limitless ocean in front of you. That space. And it is in you, it is in your body, it is in your mind, and it is opening everything in you. It is breaking every barrier in you. It is releasing every pain in you. It is clearing your mind, removing every thought in your mind to take its place there. You are breathing in that space, that cool, crisp, fresh air, filled with all the potentials, limitless potentials of every opportunity that can come your way in your life. The potential to change every barrier, every block, every rule that are within you because of life, because of past experiences, because of how you were brought up, because of society. All these blocks, all these rules, lifting to leave just space. All the judgments from yourself, from others, from life, from society, lifting and disappearing, leaving space for this vast expanse of peace and calm, settling into your system, taking all the place in your mind, in your body, removing pain everywhere in your body. Again, thinking of places, of being in places, like at the top of a big mountain, and really absorbing the vastness of it all, and allowing that vastness to come inside of you and reside inside of you. The area of deep peace and calm and stillness, stretching everywhere inside of you, in your body, in your mind, clearing out every barrier, every stress, every pain, every burden, every tension, anything that limits you. Put that space there, that freshness, the emptiness, the calm. The moment where you are sitting in this vastness and you know that there is nothing there to trigger you or push you any which way or to block you, but it is just pure freedom. That space is your buffer zone. It is that zone that you can put and fit in between anything and everything. Any challenge you encounter, any challenging behavior you encounter, any behavior, words, sounds, situations that trigger you, you can put that space right there in between that situation and you, that person and you, that sound or word and you, that thought and you. And you can just go straight back there to that incredible stillness, incredible peace and calm. Go back to that image of that place where you were, just for a moment. And then, only then, respond. You can take your time. We live in a world now where everything is a rush, but you can take your time. You can take your time to visit that place at any time, to absorb that vibe just for a moment, so that your mind and your whole system can settle just for that moment to be able to handle the situation that is occurring at the time and that might be creating stress at the time. So now I am going to invite you to leave this meditation knowing that you can go back to that buffer place anytime. That vast expanse inside of you at any time. And so for now, I am going to invite you now to bring your mind back to your space, to take a deep breath to finish, and to open your eyes. Now you see this image behind me, the Himalayas there, the beauty of the expanse, the beauty of the stillness and the calm and the space around. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, so today we're going to do a mudra that is based on the ether elements. And so the mudra we did last week is a mudra that stimulates that element. We're not going to do it again this week. We're going to do a different one this week, just so that I can bring you more of different things to do. But the one we had done last week was the one where we had our fingers touching each other, and then, thumb and index fingers touching each other, and then our middle finger on top of the index finger, like so. The other two fingers just resting at the side, That's what we did last week. And that was incredibly relaxing. I don't know for you, but that's actually that mudra that made me fall asleep for a fraction of a second. Yeah. Hi, Pallavi. I'm glad that you've joined. And so now, today, what we're going to do a different one. There's something that I really don't like about this is that they are talking about this mudra online about, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a minute. It's called the Shunya Mudra. And they are explaining that it is to reduce the space. I will stop making that mistake, I promise. The space element, to reduce the space element in a system, because they consider generally, and I expect that might be based on Ayurvedic principles, but I am not sure yet, that there is too much ether in us generally, that it is a one of the elements that is more powerful and takes more space, literally. And so therefore that mudra is made and meant to bring it down, to allow the other elements to take more place in our system. The way that I like to look at it instead is to rebalance that element, whether it be to calm it down or to bring it up. Some of us don't have enough of it, I believe. Not everybody has the same imbalance. So I feel that this mudra is more about balancing the space element in ourselves rather than reducing it. And it is also very good just physically for ear, nose, and throat issues. And it is also for people who suffer from vertigo. So that mudra, doing it on a regular basis, can help with those issues. So problems of hearing, problems possibly, but I am not sure and I cannot guarantee, but possibly helping with issues like tinnitus. So anything to do with the ears, the nose, and the throats. Yeah. So the way to do this is like this. You bring down your middle finger and you rest your thumb on the first, I forgot again the name of this place, but anyway, that very first bendy bit of your finger, right there. And so you are holding it down, not putting too much pressure. Again, looking at the fingers, you don't want your fingers to hurt. But what you want is you want your middle finger to not come back up. So basically, your thumb is simply holding it down. And doing that both sides. And then the other fingers, resting them next to them. In this way. That's it. It is not doing an OK sign. See the difference? You are bending that down first, and then you're resting this one on top of it. Okay. Now, when you're ready, you can just rest your hands onto your lap if you're seated, or by your side if you're lying down. And just staying here like this for the next few minutes. And so you can now close your eyes and take a deep breath to begin when you're ready and you have your hands in the right position. You want your other fingers to be almost straight, but not stressed. So relaxing within the position still. And then with your eyes closed, you can start to sense what is happening. What is happening at your hands, your arms, your whole body, your mind. This is a Shunya Mudra, Earther Element Mudra. Maybe you can feel sensations in your hands, maybe pulsating, tingling, flowing. Maybe you don't feel anything, and that's okay too. What is important is for you to relax. And so make sure you don't strain too much trying to feel things. We are all different and we perceive the world in very different ways. Just relaxing there. You may start to feel a sense of deeper calm. I can feel myself shifting, feeling more grounded, my mind becoming clearer. And keeping your eyes shut, you can now let go of your fingers, taking a moment to perceive how different you feel now, if at all different from before doing the mudra. And then we are going to finish now with our love meditation. And so if you would like to rub your hands energetically, creating friction as much as possible, and then applying your hands to the middle of your chest. And becoming aware of the energy coming from your hands and streaming straight into your heart, warming your heart up, allowing your heart to glow brighter and brighter. Just staying there just for one more moment and just enjoying. You can rub your hands again energetically anytime you want and bring them back again onto your heart. And then releasing your hands back down. Giving yourself a stretch, moving your hands, your feet, yawning if you want. Taking a deep breath to finish, and then opening your eyes again. Today, a lot of comments, and this is amazing. So let me go back to them. So Pallavi says, I really appreciate this meditation session. Thank you, Pallavi. I'm really glad that if it can help. Jill says, so timely and helpful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm going to actually share a bit more information on how this can help. I mean, you've already experienced it, so you already have a pretty good idea, but just a few more words in a minute. Maggie says, I am definitely a fan of blue and space. Cool. That is really good. That's something you can go back to anytime you want. It can be so, so helpful in so many situations. Kay was saying, yes, I feel better after the mudra that was. And I am really glad. Whenever you do something and you work on yourself, it's important to take a moment afterwards to really feel the difference of how we feel. Then Magali says, I was feeling my nose tingling, actually palpitating, and I was breathing better. And I also agree that myself included, I also feel like I'm breathing better also. And it's not necessarily coming for me from the nose area, but actually from the lungs and the chest area that feels less restricted. So yeah, so what I was going to explain about this session is that whenever we have emotions that we are feeling at the time, this is a very good practice to do to create that buffer zone between the emotions and us so that the emotions can release their grasp on us. And then it allows us to move forward with what we want to do or to deal with the situation we want to deal with more easily. So that is one really powerful way that this kind of activity can help by connecting to the space within us, by creating this buffer zone between emotions and us, between thoughts and us, between sensations and us, or between situations and people and us. Okay, my left foot was pulsating, but it stopped. Yes, so what happens with this mudra is that it's not just that it is working on the ether element, but because it is rebalancing the ether element, it is reorganizing the other elements also. So that means rebalancing the other elements. So different places in your body will respond to this because all the elements are actually worked on by that mudra. So I would say there's nothing abnormal with that. Okay, I am going to first let you know that I am going to start doing meditation classes at Valentine's Park soon. So if you are interested, do let me know. It will be a matter of bringing your own seat with you, so anything to sit on with you. Bearing in mind the floor might be wet because at the moment it's like monsoon season here in the UK. So there's a lot of rain and the floor might be wet even if it's not raining that day. But I will send an email through about this. And in the meantime, I'm going to play the instrument. If you would like to stay on and listen to it. If not, then I will see you next week. And for now, I'm going to make myself comfortable, but I'm catching my pom-poms on the armrest of the chair, so that's not good. Okay. Okay, I will do some more videos where I play longer times, but for now, I am going to stop and to wish you a great week. I'm just going to have a look. I think, thank you, Pallavi. She says it's a really soothing sound. Thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. So I will see you next week, and do let me know if you're interested for the meditation in Valentine's Park, if you are local to me. And also, I don't know if I've mentioned it here, but I am going to be running silent walks in the forests around us. So again, if you are local and you're interested in doing this, let me know. It will take probably about a couple of hours. Okay, you're saying yes. Is it to the Valentine's meditation or is it to the silent walks, or both? Do let me know. Yeah, so the silent walks in the forest will probably last about a couple of hours, and it will be about connecting to the silence in us, but it will also be about understanding the dynamics of being silent and not using our energy through so much talking and through so much thinking. But it will also be about from that place of silence, connecting to the forest around us and all its energies. Okay, so Pallavi, welcome. Cool. Kay, Valentine's. Okay, noted. And thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, all of you. I'm really loving these sessions. I'm really loving connecting with you all. And yes, please do get in touch. And thank you for this meditation from Magali. Thank you. Okay, you all take care. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Oh, hang on. I need to check something. I think next week I'm actually not going to be running a session because I'm starting a 10 days Vipassana meditation. So let me just check. Yes. So there will not be any meditation next week on Wednesday, and there will not be any meditation the Wednesday after. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do one from here online on either the Monday or the Tuesday before next week, Monday or Tuesday next week, and then the week after on the Thursday or Friday at Valentine's Park. So please do accept my apologies for these two cancellations, but I will keep you updated anyway, so you will know more clearly, because this may sound all confusing, but you will know more clearly. Okay. You will take care. Bye.